Greetings, fellow hostages. Captain Black here. Today's topic, one-man street patrol. Headlines local and national, filled with ballistic bravado and injured and sometimes dead people. Argue the point that each of us has to be his or her one-man street patrol. This doesn't mean that you have to strap on your hopefully legal sidearm and start prowling the street corners of your neighborhood looking for ne'er-do-wells. But it does mean that you accept the reality that most American citizens will never have a police officer assigned to them as a bodyguard. This isn't casting aspersions toward police officers, it's simply being honest. Their mandate is very broad to provide, if you'll note, public safety. Not personal safety, not Jane Smith safety or Jamal Brown safety, but public safety. So the lion's share of your safety quotient, or lack thereof, falls on you. As a one-man street patrol, I always assess my personal safety in terms of various levels of readiness, where I happen to reside, where I happen to be traveling, and the environment around me. This is my responsibility. The mayor nor the police superintendent stay up at night worrying, wow, I wonder if Captain Black is all right. No, I'm an adult, so consequently that adult responsibility is mine and mine alone. We see that shrinking police budgets, spiraling police morale, and soaring incidences of violent crime of a domestic and even international nature have caused Americans to reassess, I hope at least, illusions we may have had about the nation's wealth somehow being a blanket of security that drapes over all of us and can somehow keep us safe, not only from bad intentions from without, but also inattentiveness from within. Many of us realize that you need to look around your house. Again, one-man street patrol, look around the perimeter of where you live, look at your neighbors' homes, check the lighting at night, look at crime prevention through environmental design features, like whether or not there are bushes in front or on the sides of your home where someone could actually hide to do you wrong. Keep abreast of crime trends in your area. Note the so-called bad areas of town. Whose job is this? If it's not your job, then whose is it going to be? Again, if you don't have the money to hire a police officer for off-duty security details, or a private officer from a security company, then by default, you become your first line of defense. The whole one-man street patrol concept is simply for us to shoulder the adult responsibility of realizing that when worst-case scenarios or even moderate risk on down to annoyance, when these particular threats cross our paths, overwhelmingly, we will be the ones charged with resolving these issues. Dialing 911 guarantees a potential police response, depending on staffing, manpower, and whatever other issues have happened before your call. All this places the proverbial ball of safety back in your hands. We're not talking about writing tickets. We're not suggesting vigilantism, nor are we attempting to compete with government, law enforcement, nor licensed private security. The one-man street patrol concept says that adults and children are largely responsible for their safety as they traverse through the open-air correctional facility, which is American urban life. We could wish it were otherwise, but wishing regrettably does not prepare you to reduce, to whatever extent you can, the probabilities that cause you to potentially be a victim. And of course, anything can happen at any time. So we're merely trying to play the numbers game. My role is to try to promote reducing the odds in favor of the one-man street patrol, you, me, whomever else is watching, as much as possible. We don't have an individual police officer assigned to each one of us. That day will never happen. And if you have any interest in freedom from too much government, then you probably wouldn't want that if you extrapolate the concept to its ultimate degree. So I leave you as I greeted you, inviting you to be your one-man street patrol.